The 12 Laws of the Morning, How to Rebuild Your Mind from Scratch, the opening, the battle for your soul. Every morning is a new door, a new opportunity, and a new beginning. No matter what happened yesterday, the morning gives you another chance to reset, refocus, and rebuild. And here is the truth that most people never stop to recognize. How you start your morning determines how you train your mind. And how you train your mind determines how you live your life. The morning is not just the start of the day. It is where your mindset is shaped, where your spirit is aligned, where your emotional state is set, and where your focus is either strengthened or scattered. What you allow into your mind in those first moments carries momentum. And that momentum follows you into every decision you make. The morning is the foundation of your day. And your day, repeated over time, becomes the foundation of your destiny. If you can learn to intentionally build your mind every single morning before the world pulls at you, before stress takes control, before distractions flood your attention, you can change the direction of your entire life. Not through luck and not through motivation alone, but through awareness, discipline, and consistent mental practice. Today, I want to take you through 12 powerful life lessons. 12 principles and mental tools you should practice every morning if you want to build a mind that is strong, disciplined, calm, and resilient. This is about developing a mind that refuses to give up. A mind that creates success instead of excuses, clarity instead of confusion, and freedom instead of fear. This is not something you listen to casually. This is a journey. So listen carefully and absorb every word. Before we dive into the first pillar, I ask for one small thing. If these words speak to you, like the video and join the Stories with Noni family by subscribing. It helps us reach more souls who are waking up in the dark today. Pillar 1. Start with gratitude. The first lesson is simple, but it is life-changing. Start with gratitude. The moment your eyes open, before you reach for your phone, before you replay yesterday's failures, take a breath and acknowledge one powerful truth: you are alive. You made it to another day. That is not a small thing. That is strength. Gratitude creates power. It shifts the entire atmosphere of the mind. It turns complaining into clarity and pressure into presence. When you begin your morning with gratitude, you train your mind to focus on what you have rather than what you lack. A grateful mind is harder to break. It does not panic at obstacles, it prepares for them. Pillar 2. Speak life into yourself. You must talk to your mind before your mind starts talking to you. If you do not consciously take control of that inner dialogue, your fears and past experiences will do it for you. Confidence is built through command, not waiting. The moment you wake up, take authority. Tell yourself, I am capable. I am disciplined. I am strong. These are not empty affirmations, they are instructions to your mind. If the first voice you hear is your own voice speaking strength, you set the tone for the entire day. Pillar 3. Protect your peace. Before you allow the world to enter your space, before the emails, the headlines, or the social media scroll, give your mind a moment of stillness. You cannot build a strong mind in chaos. Those first minutes are yours. Protecting your peace is not avoidance, it is the discipline to stabilize your inner world before engaging with the outer one. When your day starts in calm, you move with purpose instead of pressure. Pillar 4. Movement is a signal. You must move your body. Movement is a signal. When your body wakes up, your mind wakes up with it. Lethargy in the body becomes lethargy in thought. You don't need a full workout, you need intention. Stretch, walk, breathe deeply. Break the inertia. Momentum is one of the most powerful forces you can generate at the start of the day. Pillar 5. Discipline over motivation. Motivation is temporary. It depends on your mood. Discipline does not. Motivation gets you started, but discipline carries you for a lifetime. Every morning, you must do the work regardless of how you feel. You do the things your future self will thank you for, even when your present self resists. A disciplined mind doesn't look for excuses, it looks for execution. Pillar 6. The mental diet. What you consume mentally in the morning matters as much as what you eat. Do not let your first mental input be gossip, drama, or fear. Feed your mind truth and wisdom. Read something that expands your thinking. Listen to something that sharpens your perspective. Your mind becomes what you repeatedly feed it. Feed it purpose, and it will produce direction. Pillar 7. Decide your direction. If you do not decide where your energy goes, the day will decide for you. Ask yourself, what is one meaningful action I can take today that moves my life forward? Clarity does not come from doing more, it comes from knowing what matters. When you start with direction, you stop drifting and start leading. Pillar 8. Let go of yesterday. Do not start your morning carrying the weight of past mistakes or regrets. Yesterday is over. It cannot be changed. But today belongs to you. Every morning is a reset. Carry the lesson, but leave the weight behind. Rise with a clean slate and the understanding that progress begins where attachment ends. Pillar 9. Practice patience. Real change does not happen overnight. You will not build a disciplined mind in a single day. Growth takes repetition. Be gentle in how you speak to yourself, but firm in how you show up. Patience is not passive, it is staying committed even when results are slow. When patience and commitment work together, your growth becomes unstoppable. Pillar 10. Courage over comfort. Your mind will naturally pull you back into what feels safe, old habits and old fears. But comfort is the enemy of growth. Every morning, consciously choose courage. Step into the discomfort. Face the challenge you've been avoiding. Courage is not the absence of fear, it is the decision to move forward despite it. Pillar 11. Protect your environment. Your mind cannot grow in toxic soil. Pay attention to who you are listening to and what energy you allow into your space. Not everyone deserves proximity to your journey. Protect your spirit with boundaries. When you surround yourself with growth instead of stagnation, your progress accelerates naturally. Pillar 12. Trust the process. Surrender the things you cannot control. Release the urge to rush ahead of your own life. Trust that God is working in ways you cannot see. Arranging circumstances and building your character. When you begin your morning with trust instead of tension, your heart becomes calmer and your spirit becomes stronger. The closing. The architect of destiny. These 12 lessons are not just ideas. They are weapons. When practiced every morning, they reshape how you move through life. Peace, strength, and success all begin in the mind, and the morning is the birthplace of that mind. You do not build a destiny in one dramatic moment. You build it by building your mind every single morning. This is a declaration that you refuse to live on autopilot. Every morning, your doubts wake up, your excuses wake up, and your fears wake up. The question is, do you wake up stronger than they do? Your life will always rise to the level of your mindset. If you are still here, listening to these words, it means you are ready. You are not part of the crowd looking for shortcuts. You are building something real. I want you to make a declaration right now. In the comments below, type the phrase, I build my mind every morning. Write it to remind yourself that you are the architect of your future. Share which of these 12 lessons hit you the hardest today. This is Stories with Noni. Subscribe to stay connected. Return to these words whenever you feel the world pulling you down. Protect your mornings, because your life depends on it. Rise with intention. Rise with power. Your journey is just beginning.